Good afternoon and welcome to Blind Builds with Blind Prime. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today we're going to be continuing our Lego cave, our Lego modular cave system build, utilizing the zombie encounter and skeleton dungeon Minecraft sets that are currently on sale. Some places are selling them for 20% off, some have 50% off. These are pretty cheap sets, and they come with a lot of good pieces to make a cave out of. There are a few pieces that I've utilized in this set that are not available in the two sets, and those are 6 2x1 plates with that little slide thing on the side. They're modified plates with skis on the side or something like that. It's got a little gutter feeling thing. Rail on the side. That's it. Okay, so that's the pieces that I added to make that really fun door piece right here. This is a fun door. And, nice stone door that's just solid, but I had to use those pieces and do some interesting building in order to make it happen. And we covered that in episode 1. Episode 2, we did a little more and built up everything else around here. And I realized in episode 2, after episode 2, that I had just tried to do too much in one episode and I was trying to keep it down. And of course, Kream came in and interrupted a lot, which did lead to the length of the video increasing. And I'm hoping that I can keep this video length down, not have it so much as it was, because 39 minutes is a long time. Anyway, last time we ended with the putting this 2x6 panel on top of all the fun modified stuff that we had built up to make that a nice solid bit. Then I realized that we had to put some more stability going on over here, and hence then I'm going to pull this piece up because we're going to talk about this in a minute. And so I put some pieces down there, some plates to stack up and just kind of make it feel a little better, a little more like it's a collapsed little area. We also built that little cabinet section or a little shelf into the wall with the 2 little baubles we made out of 3 pieces each, using those fun pyramid pieces on top. And we built everything up around it so that we could slide over the top of this stone door and build over it. And then we also built up the other walls and added a fun little chest in there, and also instructed on how to assemble that. Now, I'm coming across an issue, and this is kind of annoying. I may have to disassemble everything and put a plate underneath it to raise it all up to the appropriate level. I do not want to do that. And so, instead of doing that, raising everything up to make it the appropriate level because I'm one single solitary plate off of what I want to be. Let's see. In my test cave section here, we've got this we got these Technic parts up here. I know it's a lot of them because I just built this one with a long one. Anyway, I like to do that so you can actually choose where to put the cave, so the cave doesn't have to be perfectly square. You can move it around back and forth and make a so that you can go around obstacles or pieces of furniture or mountings for shelves if you need to scooch around them. I designed this so that you can scooch around them. That also adds to the creativity and the fact that your mountain won't look like a perfect square. Your mountain's going to look like something interesting and unique. But when I measured it up to the side of this, so let's make sure I don't got a bunch of pieces over here. Let's slide them right there to quadrant 1. We'll slide this piece over here to quadrant 1 as well. All those pieces are for quadrants 1 and 2 on this side. All right. I have to separate my builds into quadrants sometimes in order for me to keep everything correct. So when I built everything up, I realized that this piece here, the Technic pieces, I'm going to slide it around just a bit. Hopefully that's in the camera. I'm going to move my finger across it. Camera, focus here. Okay, so these pieces here, this Technic pin holders, modified bricks with pinholes in them, they didn't line up whenever I put them on top of the build that I'm about to show you today. So we have to fix that. There's not enough thin plate pieces in this Lego set in these Lego sets to stack up on top a couple of times to fix this problem that I have in the build. But we are clever here, and we think around corners. At least I try to think around corners. And when confronted with a problem and you have to decide, am I going to disassemble everything and make everything one plate taller, or do I just flip the entire thing over and put some plates on the bottom? That raises everything by one and it's less work. And if you do it right, it will increase the stability of all of these plates on the bottom. So that's what we're going to do before we work on anything else. We're going to go ahead and we're going to increase the height of this. And yep, I'm going off script immediately on what I had planned for today, but you know, that's how creation works, right? Sometimes the script gets ignored, and that's okay. At least I believe it's okay. So we're going to find ourselves some nice thin pieces, and we got some good long ones. So I may want to use this long one later. Let's see how long it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 studs long. This guy could actually, cover the majority of the bottom of this thing in one go and hold a lot of stuff together. So if we're going to use it, let's use it in a spot that's going to have a lot of joints so that we can actually get it to, connect everything really well. Feeling around the edges, let's see where a spot is that has, oh, here we go, right across the back end here. Let's see where that is. Oh, that's on the side with the fun wall that we built, the immovable wall. So let's go ahead and put this this long 2x14 across that and lock it down there. And gotta be careful, I don't want to break my build because I've got it upside down. So we're just going to hold it up in the air and we're going to position it all the way across. Nice, nice, nice. That's going to also increase the sturdiness of this piece by giving it a bracket kind of thing. It holds it all together. Now, we've got a piece holding in the most fragile points, and that's going to just, wow, going to make everything so much better. And hopefully I'm not breaking it. So something did fall off, but it's okay. We're going to repair that. Now, let's see how many more of these fun pieces we have, and we can actually use some bigger pieces. Like we got this 4 by what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 by 8. So where can we put the 4 by 8? Probably slide it. Oh, if we put it there, then that little bit, there's going to be just a small, Kream. There's just going to be a small bit of a lip right at that tunnel area. Is that going to be at the, oh, no, that's going to be at the back end of the tunnel. We could actually put some little mushrooms or something, little plants on that. So yeah, let's do that and not break anything. Oh, wait a minute. That's actually the more fragile side. So instead, let's do it this way. Let's set it in that corner over there. And it's going to still come across the same way, but it's going to be holding more stuff together. And this is a very weak point that I accidentally made. I didn't mean to. And, oh, that's a lot of, that's a, 1, 2, that's 4 squares. Nah. Let's use another piece for that. That's too wide. That is too wide. Oh, nuts. Things are breaking. Okay, but we still need something about this length. So let's see if we can find... Kream, get your butt up. No, Kream, don't throw your tail across here. No, I need your butt out of the way. You're sitting on all the plates. I piled them up nicely, and now you're farting on it, Kream. You just need to get away from these plates. These plates. Crazy cat. No, Kream, your tail. Go away. You're mixing it all up. You're knocking stuff down. Yes, I know. I'm interrupting your sleeping zone. But I gotta check for something. You somehow pushed a lot of my tiles, my plates underneath that. We don't have anything like that's gonna be the right. Let's see. Did I have something over here that may not work very well? Aha! That's a 2x6, but you know what? We may be, oops, all 2x6s. We'll have to see. Is that? No? Ah, here we go. Okay, so let's see if we can fix this with some of these plates here. We're going to put this 2x6 right across this way in this corner. Now, is this a 2x6? Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, a 2x6. So we're just going to snap that guy right there. Come on. There we go. There we go. Oh, but you just end right there. That's not going to be good. That's not going to be good for anyone. Instead, let's put this 2x4 right there in that corner. Yeah, that's going to add stability to this corner, and even more importantly, it's going to allow this 2x6, which seems to be the other longest thing we have, come over here and help out with this broken section, and I accidentally broke. Alright, let's connect that back together and lift the platform up a little bit so things will fall into place. And then, don't break things. And then we're not going to break things. Let's get these pieces out of my hand. Like a raccoon, I'm holding on to it. Alright, so let's just slide you over there, one piece. There you go. Alright, up, 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 up. Don't you do it. What was that, Kream? What piece of mine did you just, like, knock away into something? Huh? Lord. Okay, so we got that piece fixed, and now we're going to come up here, and let's put this 2x6 across the way. Actually, this is a big, wide open area here. You know, for extra stability and support, we've got, not that piece, that's a bit too big. That's a bit too big. That's a bit too big. I need something a bit smaller. Aha, here we go. We got this piece. It's a 4x1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4x8. We can put that across. That 4x8 is going to add a lot of stability to that area, and it's going to leave us with 4 left to throw across that way. Excellent. So let's go ahead and add some stability here. Keep these pieces together better. Come on now. Don't be shy. We're working here. Get you down there. There. And nuts. Okay. There. Okay. Let's fix you. Let's fix you. Let's fix you before you fall apart too far. Don't fall apart. Don't fall apart. We got you. We got you here. All right. There's that piece, and there's that piece. Excellent. All right. How many other pieces fell apart over here? Let's go ahead and fix some stuff before we get back underneath it and continue working. Yeah. All right. Cool. Now let's continue with this delicate task of fixing Blind Prime's mistakes. Okay, and then slip that piece in there. Yeah, playing around on the underside of this thing's definitely showing me how insecure this build has been, and definitely reminding me I should have focused a little more on ensuring that there was some connectivity down there. Okay, so we're going to slip you there, and you can go. Are you going to end right now? You are. You are. So let's get a 2x4. Let's see. 2x4, 2x4. We need a 2x4. That's not a 2x4. And that's not a 2x4, but that is a 2x4. But we may need this other one. So let's go ahead and put this 2x4 right across that way. Boom. And we're just going to play the same trick we did last time with the 2x6. We're using a 2x4 to extend its reach just a little bit more. And it should, yes it does. Excellent. Let's go ahead and connect those pieces down. And there. Wonderful, wonderful. We're cooking with gas now. Okay. Now we got to finish up this round. Let's see. Got a lot of space there to cover. Oh, what's going on? Oh, there we go. Okay, so we've got this covered. We've got that all the way up there. Now we need to finish this line here and go back down. Okay. Now, what can we do over here? Do we need to put anything? Not really. But I do want to make sure it connects with all the other connection, all the other pieces out there, or cave sections. So let's find a fun piece to put there and add to some cave flavorings. I don't want to use that one because that one's a really fun piece. And I do I'm going to utilize it somewhere. Oh, we could use this piece here. We got this. No, wait, this piece is actually important for the build in other ways. So let's see if we can find another few pieces in here. Not really finding too many. This thing did not come with as many plates as you would like, but it's okay. We can do it. Aha! Alright, so just collecting all the plates now and seeing what we can accomplish with them. Oh, that's an important piece for later. I was looking for that earlier. Okay. Here's another long one. And we have anything else that we can Here's another. No, these are some 2x4s, but they may be useful. And do we have anything in our tray of smaller pieces that can be used in this certain situation? No, we do not. I do not believe we do. Move around in here. Okay, so we're going to continue putting more of these 2x6s and stuff up. And this will be a fun little cave section because when you go to enter it, when the figures go to enter it, it's all going to be just like this. This cave is going to be one plate taller at the doorways, and that's going to be all right. It's nice to have cave sections that have like slight movements up and down on the inside. It gives more credibility to the fact that it's more of an organic cave that Lego figures have been using to do all sorts of things with. And once again, I'm coming up with that problem because I used a lot of 6-wide things. So let's put another 2x4 down and utilize the 2x6 to go to the end. Nice. There it goes. There's the 2x6 in there. Slam that guy down there. Excellent, excellent. And we can leave that little space open if we want. And I think I will, just to add on the side of the cave, there's just going to be a crack there. And that's going to be nice. So we don't have to finish that. We'll leave that as like a cracked section. But actually, feeling underneath real quick, I see that we should actually put something there, but it doesn't have to be in the way that you think. Let's put a 2x4 going across, just one stud over. There we go. Now leave a crack that goes down, that seeps in by one stud, but will allow for this connected area here to be sturdier. Now when we flip it around, nothing's going to accidentally fall apart on us. Let's put these pieces back in there. We don't need them for the rest of this build. And minifigures, you can just come over, just sitting there. All right. Okay. And I just broke something off. Oh, I broke off something I was going to talk about anyway. And I'm going to put this piece over here because I don't need it. So yesterday, now we're getting back to the regular build. Remember, we built the wall that has these modules. And one side of the wall, on one side of this cave section, has the shelf that we built. Spin it around. There's the shelf that we built next to the stone door. But across the way from that, there was that 1x4 wide little wall section that had some studs on the side. And I just knocked the wall out of the sink. Okay, there we go. Okay, so building up later, I realized I didn't have enough of regular bricks to really accomplish this build, but I kept coming across these bigger bricks. This thing, which is a 2x1 that's 3 bricks high, and I have a lot of these in this set. There's a lot of these big bricks. So I went around and found places where I could replace 1x4s with 2 of them because I just have to have a lot. And now this little area that has the studs on the side is made with 1, 2, 3, 4 bricks instead of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bricks it was made of before. Now we just put these 3 tall 1x2 bricks into this 1x4 with 4 studs on the side, And then we put this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, a 4 by 6 panel on the side of it. And now we can put that right here at the very corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going 4 down, leaving a nice little path there, but giving us a nice tall wall and less piece use, which is really good because we're trying to make this work out. And I don't know why that keeps popping up over here. Let's see. So next step is, remember I just found that piece and I was like, oh, I've been looking. Hey, don't attack my elbow. Don't attack my elbow. Okay, and I mentioned I've been looking for it. There it is. So this is a weird one, and I think it's supposed to be like a little spider web or something for the Minecraft spider, I guess. I don't know, but what I do know is that we can unfold that piece from there, and slide you there, and we can put this piece here. Come on, there it goes. Broke off. Cool. Now we can put this weird. This is a weird piece. You usually see it on ships and stuff. It's a 2x2 plate that's been modified with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's an octagon. It's got 8 sides. It's like a little stop sign. I wonder if they use it for stop signs, but that piece is really cool. It's got all these grippers on it where you could put a minifigure's hand or something like that. And we're going to, this weird flowery piece that has an axle port in the middle of it was available in here this set, and trying to figure out what to use it for. I just decided, let's make a weird underground flower thing. And I put this triangle, this pyramid piece, this 1x1 pyramid, which the skeleton set comes with a lot of them, and I recommend them. I think they're just some of the coolest stud toppers ever. You put it in the center and then put that flowery weird piece with axle in the center underneath it, and then you can put this octagon piece underneath that, and we get this little cool flower. But I think I may have just made it a little too. What are you doing, Kream? Oh, that's your tail. No, Kream, your tail. Your tail. I'm gonna tuck it underneath the shelf, okay? No, don't mess with it. Just, I have everything organized. Silly cat. Looks like if I do this though, if I put this cool little octagon piece underneath it, and I put the long piece underneath that, it's no longer going to hold, it's no longer going to have enough space to actually be able to put into the piece at the bottom like I wanted it to. So we won't be able to use this fun octagon piece after all. Sad face. We will instead put that nice little round 2x2 underneath this flower bit, and then we've got this round 2x2 that we put on the floor last episode, and we're going to put it back on the floor again, but this time, so it's right there, and actually, you know what? I think, yeah, okay, I got an idea. So we're gonna put this little plate right down there. Come on, plate, get in there. There you go. That's a good plate. Okay. Now, let's get this octagon. The octagon piece still in my hand. Excellent. All right, I'm gonna pull this piece out. And we're gonna put this 2x2 round thing down here, and we're going to attach it to that round bit on the ground. There we go. Now, let's get this octagon piece and slip it on. Okay, we're thinking. We're thinking with our minds here. Okay, so then we can slide this piece on like so, and set it underneath the octagon. And if I'm doing this right, so we slipped another 2x2 plate onto this, I keep calling it an octagon. I mean, the octagon piece, and then we have the axle going through. The axle should stick out by a little bit, by like half a fingernail or something. And that should be enough, well, more than half a fingernail's depth, but it's almost a brick in depth. That should be enough space to slide this guy in and clip him onto, having the octagon piece makes it possible to put it into that corner. Ah, that's sad. Just a little too wide around. I got happy there for a second, so we're just going to pull the octagon piece out. It was a fun idea, but we could take this piece off the bottom of it. Oh, nuts. I wish this set came with one of those orange piece extractors, but there we go. We're going to throw the octagon piece back in there. I'm sure we'll find another use for it. We can go ahead and put this piece back on with that, and that looks nice. Okay, and then we're going to put this little flowery piece down there. Make sure it's squared off with, oh, I think you were supposed to go just a little further forward, weren't you? Pretty sure you were. Yeah. For some reason I got it too far back this time. Alright, slide it forward by one, and my big human thumb knocked away that little bobble thing. Let's put that right. Come on, you thing. Yeah, I had it right the first time. Alright, there it goes. And we can slide this little flowery bit right into there. And knock everything apart. For some reason, it doesn't work anymore. It doesn't want to work anymore. It doesn't want to do it. Alright, we're going to put the flower somewhere else. That wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be. But we got the octagon thing. So back to flower and octagon. I know, we just keep going back and forth here, don't we? Alright, so we have to do this piece. Actually, we can put the octagon piece kind of upside down. It doesn't matter. And because this flower piece has to go upside down in order for it to look like a little flower. It feels like a flower. I don't know what it is, but I'm calling it a cave flower. And now we can put those pieces underneath it to give it a little oomph. And then we'll throw it in here into this corner area where those studs are on the side. Or is there another spot that has a lot of free space? No, but this corner spot right there, that's got a lot of good space. It looks like a place where a crazy cave flower would just start growing for no reason. Let's just get it right. So let's sit. Come on, get in there. It's easier to put these round pieces on first, and then come behind them with the flower. Let's get, there it goes. Okay, cool. Now we can come back with the flower. Put the flower down. There we go. Nice. Now we've got a fun little weird flower thing in our cave. Okay. That took a lot longer than I thought it would, and I'm sorry for that. So, Kream, now your foot is up here. You're just impossible. All right, let's work on building up this wall, because I was trying to keep this short, and I have completely failed. Should be the catch line from my entire channel. Tries to keep it short, but constantly failing at it. All right, let's figure out how I built all this stuff over here. So we've got this piece here, this tall piece with a 2x2 on top of it, and it can go right in this rear area. So let's spin this around, make sure I'm not knocking pieces off when I do it. There we go. We're going to set this piece off to the side. I'll figure out what I did with it earlier. That's weird. Using present and past tense simultaneously. Oh, the little chest fell out. When did you fall off? Right, but where's that other piece? Kream, did you do something with it? Did it get shoved off to the side? Did it fall into here? Huh? It doesn't seem like it did. No. Where did that last piece go? Did it get slid all the way over here? Got this piece, that piece, this, and that. God, just such a lazy cat. You're intruding on my workspace. All right, let's see. Maybe you kicked it over here? There was another tall guy, another tall piece on the table. Ah, it got kicked all the way over there. Okay. So this other piece is going to go. Oh, right. I spun it for your benefit, and I got myself lost. Ah, there it is. Okay, so this other piece is going to go right next to that big chunky piece that we put down in this corner area right next to the stone door. So now we have the bricks almost lined up, and now I need that 1x2. Here it is. And we put a 1x2 on top of this 1x2 that is 2 bricks tall. Remember, we used the 3 brick tall ones earlier, but now we're using two 2 brick tall ones, and then we're putting 2 1x2s on top of them. So that's 4 pieces all together right there in that corner. And then we're going to put a 1x2 plate right next to them, and that's going to come important in a minute. But they're going to line up with that 1x2 plate, and that's going to be really important. So to get that, yeah, we lined all those things up correctly. Okay, so right here at the corner area, understanding that we're going to use a plate over this stone door, I decided not to have a plate, decided not to have a brick in this corner section right next to the stone door. Instead, I built up 2 2x2s on top of one another. Let me double check and make sure that's 2 2x2s. Yeah, so I took the top brick off of it last night, and I put 2 2x2s on top. And then I put a 1x2 next to it, or on top, but off to the side, so that this section, the half of these 2x2s that are stacked one on top of the other, right next to the studs for the top of the stone door. Now we can let's set these guys down for just a second, and let me find that panel with there it is. So I have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, this 2x8. I don't think there's many 2x8s in here, but a 2x8 with a 2x4 underneath it, directly in the center. And why are we using a 2x8? Well, we want it to stretch over and secure the top of this door down. But we also need to make sure that there's there's one of these holes visible. Like, if you flip a plate over, it's got the round bits underneath it, like a 2x4 has 3 of them. Well, this 2x8, we want to make sure the round one on the very end of it is accessible, because we put a 1x2 modified tile with stud on top of one of these pillars for the stone door. And what we're doing here is we're going to ensure that that pillar is no longer excluded from the rest of the build, and that lip, that edge of this 2x8 will cover the lip that we did, and then you'll get a nice little crack right between that tile we put up last episode and the top of this, and that's just going to level everything out and make it nice and even. Feel like it goes all the way across, and it is wonderful. Make sure you put it down real tight. Good, good. That's a nice little corner area. Wonderful. So next step is we're going to come over here and we're going to fill in the tops of this bit. We just need a 1x6. We need a single, not a 1x6, a 2x6. Here it is. Wait, what's going on with this one? Right, you're not for this part. Okay, so that means that this 2x6 over here, not you, you? Okay. Ah, here it is. Feeling around in the dark for what I'm looking for. Okay, here's one 2x6 brick, and it's going to go over the top of that shelf and lock it down real nice. And now we got that wonderful going all the way across. Now we're going to come over here, turn you around again, and for this back panel that we put the sculpted bricks in, we're going to go ahead and put in these pieces here. So we're going to use this 2x6. I'm going to put that 2x6 right on top. But I have this 2x4 and a 2x2, and we're going to put those there instead of the 2x6 because we'll use the 2x6 next. We need to use this 2x6 on top of that. And we're just going to do that real quick, and that's going to level it out with the side over there, with this wall that we made. Now this wall section here has to go over to the big wall section that's behind the chest. Let's go ahead and put the chest back in there, so we have an understanding of which corner I'm talking about, if you can you'll see the chest. You'll be like, oh, he's talking about the corner with the chest in it. But then again, if you can see, then you see my hands. Who is my audience here? So let's continue going around the corner. We got that piece now. Yesterday, when we built this big panel behind the chest, we never talked about this one square wide area next to it, this brick that's just hanging out, one brick taller than everything else. So now we're going to build it. What you're going to do is you're going to get a 1x1 brick, and then you're going to get a 1x1 brick modified with rail on the side, and a little handhold thing, and then you're going to get this fun, interesting brick, which is then you're going to put another 1x1 brick on top of the rail on the side brick. Then you're going to come across this 1 by 2/3 brick tall, modified with 2 studs on the side brick. I know it's a mouthful. And you're going to put a stud on top of it or a 1x1 plate on top of it to make sure that it's all kosher and it will line up with everything else. And then after building that, you're going to find wherever you put part of the wall that you're building, and we're going to set it up. Now, you can set it up with the rail being on the inside, or you can rotate the top and put the rail into in the passageway. I like putting the rail in the passageway, and then the studs will be facing towards the inside of the build, and we can do some fun things with those studs in our last steps when we're just doing some detail work. We're just allowing ourselves options for detailing with those. Okay, so that's how you build that, and now that's all leveled with that. Let's go to the next level high, which will start over here with this big old back wall because we already made it 1 level taller. So we're going to slip over to the side of it, and we are going to connect things together. Why do I have a 2x6 panel there? All right. So first off, let's go ahead and put this on the 4x1 wall with studs, with this real fun brickwork on the side, or the studs on the side. We're going to put a 1x3 brick on top of it, and then we're going to take this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, this 1x8, and put it on the top of that, and that's going to connect that really fun tall 1x1 structure we just made and this big brick thing on the back end. Then, just for funsies, we're going to go ahead and take a 2x4, and we're going to put it across the back end. So where this wall that has the chest in behind it comes all the way over to the end, and then it does that corner. We're going to put this 2x4 there, leaving a brick empty, and that's just going to stay empty just for the fun of it. Excuse me. Anyway, I'm going to try and wrap this up very quickly because we are almost done with this, and I am not needing to take as much time as I take sometimes on this. Alright, so next step is to get this. So what we're doing here is we're going to put this 2x4 right on the corner, but it's going to go over the edge by 2. And that's going to assist in the idea of this being a fun little... Didn't I want it to go over there? Yeah. I'm sorry. So we're going to put this 2x8 on the corner wall, and it's going to go all the way across, I think. I want to make sure I didn't screw that up. Comes time for measuring, always remember, measure, measure, measure. And it's important to have measuring abilities.